So welcome everybody. We're going to work half moon a little bit today, so a balancing pose. So that will be what we kind of work our way up to. But let's take a moment just to come into this standing position. Maybe roll your shoulders a couple of times here. And then just that little march side to side, just kind of marching through the bottoms of your feet, feeling your feet connecting down, grounding into the earth. This is super awesome to do if you can go outside on grass or sand, just marching your feet into true earth. But we will start with a little bit of it here. So some of you are outside, super awesome. Welcome everyone. All right, start to feel the ball of the foot into the heel of the foot. Right? Lift your toes. So we're looking for that little balance. Maybe you even take kind of these light little circles as if the bone in your ankle, right, is just swirling around. And then switch, go the other way, swirl around. And just feeling that connection. And then what we're looking for is trying to find that place in our feet where we feel kind of three corners. So two at the top of the foot, and then the heel is the base. Lift the toes up, spread them out, and lay them down into that ground. Now actually take your toes, just like I would my hands, grip the ground a little bit, hold on to it. Let that energy rise up, lifting your pelvic floor muscles, navel to spine. Roll those shoulder blades down your back. Palms come open at your side, and feel free to close your eyes here if you like. Take a couple of breaths. Big deep inhales through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. You want your knees to be soft, so feel that little bit of movement in your knees. Working to open that chest. So see if you can pull those shoulder blades in the back of your body together a little bit more. Feel that stretch through your chest. Feel your strength. Take a couple more breaths here. And then on an inhale, we'll bring the palms of our hands together, lift those thumbs to our heart, taking a moment to perhaps set your intention. What is it that you're hoping to come out of this class with? Maybe more focus, maybe feeling like you really attacked kind of the strength portion, whatever it may be. Set that up for yourself. Take an inhale. On your exhale, allow that chin to bow down towards your chest. Flutter your eyes open, let the light in. Inhale, we'll reach those arms up overhead, interlace the fingers, open the palms to the ceiling. Reach nice and tall, very straight. So I'm reaching straight up, my gaze is ahead. Take a big inhale. On my exhale, push those hips to the left, reach my arms to the right. Pausing for a couple of breaths, feel that stretch down the left side of your body. Then on our inhale, come up center. And on our exhale, take that over to the left, pressing through the right hip. Beautiful. On the inhale, come up center. Allow the hands to open into this big V shape. We're going to bring our weight into our right foot. Tap our left big toe out to the side. And then gently lean, maybe lifting. Looking for a little bit of balance right here in the standing falling star. Nice. And then come on up. Bring that weight into the left foot. Tap the right toe out. Remember, you can stay right here, or perhaps you start to lean, because we're going to work towards half moon today. So it is a leaning balance. On your inhale, bring it up. On your exhale, big forward fold, reach for the ground. So remember, you can use a chair. So if coming all the way down to the ground, I actually have one here. Let me turn it around. Instead of coming all the way down to the ground, I can always rest my hands onto my chair and coming more into this half release. If I feel good bringing my hands all the way down to the ground, I can do so. Allowing my head to hang, my chin to tuck. Gently guiding my crown or my forehead towards my shins. Shift that weight towards the balls of your feet a bit, because we usually tend to press back into our heels. Then on our inhale, we'll gently lift that chest up halfway. On our exhale, sink the glutes down to the ground, and on our inhale, rise all the way back up to the top. On an exhale, lean over to the right. On an inhale, come center. And on an exhale, lean over to the left. On an inhale, come center. And on an exhale, big forward fold. Now remember, my hands can be on the chair or the floor, and I'm going to step back, finding my plank position right here. So pulling my navel into my spine, bringing my shoulders out over my wrist, pausing here for a couple of breaths, feel that strength. Nice, inhaling and exhaling. It is plank day, I believe, today, right, if you're following along with that monthly challenge. Take an inhale. On our exhale, start to push the tailbone up towards the sky, pressing back into downward facing dog. Again, I can do all of this here with my hands on a chair as well. Just think about pressing that tailbone back. Nice. Once you're here in down dog, feel free to walk your dog out, lifting and lowering, alternating heel lifts. Feeling that stretch come through the back of the legs, through the bottoms of the feet. Nice. And then on an exhale, slowly press both heels down towards the ground. Drive that chest back towards your quads. Feel that strength as you press, not just into the palm of the hands, but all the way out into the fingers. Take an inhale. On our exhale, we'll gently bend the knees, gaze towards our thumbs, and we're going to step our right foot forward towards our hands. Beautiful. On our inhale, rise up, lunge. So pressing through that back left heel, sink down into that front right knee, pull the navel into the spine, reach the arms up. Take an inhale. On the exhale, bring the palms together, lower the hands to your chest, and shift. Turning, twisting. Nice. So we're twisting towards that front right knee. I'm going to bring this left elbow down to the outside of that right knee. Pressing the elbow and the outer thigh in towards each other. Feel the firing of that right hamstring. Nice and strong right here. Now, if you feel secure here and you want to open your arms, you can. Bringing that left arm down, that right arm up. Keep pressing that left tricep into that right outer thigh. Gaze up at that right thumb. Lots and lots of power, lots and lots of strength here. Take the inhale. On the exhale, hands come together. On the inhale, lift up. On the exhale, rotate. Inhale, arms rise up. And exhale, plant the hands down, stepping back into that downward facing dog. Pause here, feel that power coming down through the right leg. Take a couple of breaths. Try to stretch the crown of the head down towards the floor, making your spine long. Then on the inhale, we'll bend the knees, lift the heels, look at our thumbs, and step the left foot forward. Inhale, coming up, sinking down into that lunge. Beautiful, right there. Nice. So our hips are both facing forward. My knee is in alignment with my hip, with my ankle. My heel is lifted. Pull those shoulder blades down the back. Take the inhale. On the exhale, hands lower to your chest. Twisting towards the left. We're going to bring this right elbow, connecting it in with that left outer thigh. Pressing the palms of your hands together. I'm just going to turn around so you can see that. Pressing the palms of your hands together. Pressing that elbow into that outer thigh. Stretch your spine long. Staying here, maybe opening the arms. Keeping that active isometric connection in that tricep and the outer thigh. Maybe gaze up at that right arm. Or the left arm, sorry about that. Take an inhale. As I exhale, my hands come together. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist to the front. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come down, step back. Downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here in your down dog. Take an inhale. As we exhale, we're going to come down onto our knees. Take your left leg, lengthen your left leg long behind you. And we're going to take this left arm and open it up. So we're coming into a modified side plank, maybe lifting, I have a chair over here in a way, maybe lifting that left leg in the air. So we're essentially in a half moon position down here on our knee. Take an inhale. On your exhale, bring it down. Curl your toes under, press back, downward facing dog. Just working that strength here a little bit. Stretch back, tailbone to the sky. One more inhale here. On our exhale, go ahead and come back down to your knees. This time, lengthen the right leg long, raise the right arm up. Nice. Maybe lift that right leg. Beautiful. Nice and strong, lots of power. Take your inhale. On your exhale, come down, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. On our inhale, we'll bend the knees, we'll shift the gaze at your thumbs. You can walk, you can step. Right, you take this little float, hop of the feet forward. Inhale, lift that chest halfway. Exhale, we're gonna sink the glutes down, keep the glutes down. Inhale, arms come up. Strong chair, Utkatasana. Fierce pose. You all look amazing. Look at this full screen of people. I love it. Big inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring those hands down behind your back. Big chest opener. So through the month of July, right, we worked our crow. We've kind of moved out of that, but I welcome you at any time to add your crow into this flow. So take an inhale here. On your exhale, pull that navel in, allow yourself to fold forward. Arms can open up overhead. Hang. Take a couple of breaths, just enjoying these kind of releasing poses. On an exhale, we'll let the hands release. We'll inhale, lift the chest halfway. And then on our exhale, this is where we're going to chaturanga through or step to down dog. But if you want to put that crow in, right, you can bring those shins, right? And then you can step it back to plank, chaturanga down. You can also just push right back to downward facing dog. And that's where we'll all meet, in our downward facing dog. Nice. So just increasing that power a little bit. This time, we're going to inhale, we're going to rise that right leg high to the sky. So really reaching that right leg to the sky. On our exhale, pull that right knee in towards our chest as we float our shoulders over our wrist and step that right foot down. Coming up into our lunge. Pressing through that back left heel, pull the navel in, shoulder blades down the back, take an inhale. Exhale, this left arm is going to lead us open into our warrior two. Sinking down into that warrior two. Think about the feet pulling away, the inner thighs squeezing together. Gaze out over that front right hand. Take an inhale. On an exhale, just let this front right leg straighten. Take another inhale. And on the exhale, hinging at the hips, trying to keep those arms in that straight line. Let the right hand find the shin. Maybe sliding it down. Pulling long. Now you could use a yoga block here. I'm at my daughter's apartment, so I don't have a yoga block. But if I took this the other way, I could use this chair. So my hand could find the chair. Right? I could be here on my chair. Right? Or if I had that yoga block on the ground, my hand could be on a yoga block or on my shin. Try to pull long through the spine. Think about lengthening from your left hip bone to your left shoulder blade. And then maybe gaze up at that top left hand. Take an inhale. On our exhale, bend that front right knee. And on our inhale, pull back up to warrior two. On our exhale, this left hand is going to come down and over. Step back to downward facing dog. And then we're going to take that through the other side in just a moment. So just kind of notice your breath here in down dog. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee pulls in towards that nose as we float forward, plank position. Trying to softly step that left foot down if we can. Inhale, rise up, lunge. Beautiful. Pull the shoulder blades down the back, navel to the spine. Feel that strength. Take an inhale. Exhale, right arm leads us open into that warrior two. Sinking into that front left knee. Think about your inner thighs pulling together, pelvic floor muscles lifting, feet pressing the floor away. Gorgeous warriors. Take an inhale. On the exhale, straightening that left leg. Tilting forward. Sliding it down. Remember, I can come onto the block. I can let my hand rest on my shin. I can slide all the way down to the ground. Maybe gaze up at that right thumb. Feel that strength. Notice the change in your heart rate. Notice the change in your breathing. Take an inhale. Exhale, this front left knee bends. Inhale, pull all the way back up to warrior two. Beautiful. Exhale. Right arm comes down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here in down dog. We're going to float through that one more time. You're going to have an option to do that crow one more time if you like. And we're going to take this all the way into half moon. Half moon can be nicely supported with a wall behind you. So if you happen to be near a wall, feel free to go to the wall. All right, on our inhale, bend the knees, shift the gaze. You can walk, step, or take that little float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, those glutes sitting down, arms rise up. Utkatasana chair. Beautiful, hold it right there. Now your knees are over your ankles. So your knees can be together, your ankles are together. Your knees can be apart, but your ankles would be apart. On our inhale, rise up. On our exhale, big forward fold. Adding in your crow here if you like, right? You do not have to. We're all going to meet in downward facing dog. So you can take that chaturanga through, or you can just press right to downward facing dog. Nice. Couple of breaths, waiting for everyone to make their way to downward facing dog. Then on our inhale, we'll rise that right leg in the air. You know this part. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, come up a lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Right, hold for that inhale. Exhale, straightening that front leg, sinking down, finding your triangle. Nice. Now we're going to play with our half moon from here. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and gaze down at the ground. I'm going to bend this front right knee. My right hand's going to go onto the floor or a yoga block or a chair, right? So my hand could be on the chair, and I'm going to lift that back left leg up, right? We were in this position earlier on our knees. Nice. And so I have a wall behind me. It's kind of a rough wall. There's a door in the way, right? But I could use that wall to support me, even if this right hand doesn't reach the ground. And so I can use the wall as that balance. Beautiful, gorgeous. You all look fabulous. And then what we want to try to do from here is strong, steady with the core, float our way back to warrior two. Gorgeous. On that inhale, take that left hand up and over, plant the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths in down dog, just letting your body absorb what it's done so far. And then we'll play with that on the other side. So inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it through. I like to say play with, right? This is a practice, not a perfection. Coming up into our lunge. Exhaling into our warrior two. Pause for that inhale. Exhale, finding the triangle. Beautiful. And then from here, bending that front left knee. Let that left hand step out in front of me or on a chair. I have a chair on this side. Right, if you come up. Nice. Right, so chair or block. You have all these different places to start. Gorgeous. Try to take a few breaths there. If you fall out of it, no worries. Just come back into it. You all look amazing. And then when you're ready, we're going to try to use that steadiness to sink it back into that warrior two. Beautiful, right there. On an inhale, this right hand will come up and over and down. stepping back into our downward facing dog. As we slowly begin to make our way a little more towards peace. Take a nice inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, just letting kind of the intensity that you have going in your body shift. Shift towards more calmness. And then we're going to gently lift this right foot up. We're going to slide this right knee forward. We're going to bring the right shin across the mat, parallel to the front of the mat, sliding through that back left leg, coming into that pigeon position. Now, if this position doesn't work for you, for some people it can be pretty intense on the knees, whatever reason, I'm just going to show you here. You can take this position seated. So right ankle over, right here, pressing the chest forward, scooting the glute towards your ankle. You can also take this position on your back. Right? So you have some different options. What I like about pigeon in this position is it allows us to twist, which we'll do in a moment. So if you're taking in any other position, no worries, just hold it a little longer. All right, we want to try to pull up off of that right hip, right? We're transitioning towards peace, a little more slowness. Lengthen down long, maybe come onto the forearms. Maybe coming all the way down onto the belly, whatever feels best to you. And take a few breaths. Feel free to kind of move through your neck. I was telling yesterday's classes, I did sleep in a bed last night, but the night before I slept on a couch and my neck is still paying the price. Use this time right here. Really a little bit of movement through the neck. Take in the stillness. Bring your awareness into your ears, your sense of hearing. And just for a moment, notice any sounds around you, maybe sounds that you don't normally hear even though they're there. And then on our inhale, if you're in this kind of typical pigeon position, work your way up onto your hands. So our right leg is in front. We're going to take our left arm, we're going to bring it under like we would in thread the needle and lay down onto that left shoulder. And then I can let the left side of my face find its way to the ground. I can use my right hand, I can make a fist and use it as a pillow and stay right here. That little twist is going to bring a deeper stretch in. If I want, however, I can take this right hand and reach it up towards the ceiling. Maybe rotating the palm behind me, bending the elbow, reaching down for my back, my left hip, or you might even notice the toes of your right foot down there, and you could grab them. Now we just added all of this twisty goodness. If this does not feel good, no worries, right? You are always in control. Come somewhere that does, maybe even a child's pose. And then just allow yourself to be where you are for a few breaths. Try to soften your breath, your face, your shoulders, and down through your torso into your glutes and down your legs. Letting go. Surrender to the moment. And on our inhale, we'll slowly reach that right arm up and back down to the ground. pressing our upper body up enough to pull this left arm through. Curl your back left toes under, pressing yourself up, slowly making your way to downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here in down dog or child's pose. If down dog does not feel good, child's pose is perfect. If you are in down dog again, maybe it feels good just to move your neck, or maybe that's just me. But that feels really good. Then on our inhale, we'll lift the left leg, slowly bringing that left shin forward. Reaching back through the right leg. Now you have the same options to take this seated or on your back. Just take your time, right? We're in the peace portion. We're not in a hurry. We're not one movement, one breath here. We are just easing into these little bit longer stretches, not quite yin, right? But just a little deeper stretching. Pull up off of that left hip and then maybe slowly coming down onto your forearms or all the way down onto your belly. Checking in with your body. A subtle movement make the stretch even better. Right? Listen to your body. It instinctively knows. We just have to listen. Taking a few more breaths. And then slowly making your way up. This is where we'll take the right arm, bringing it under the left, coming down onto that right shoulder. I'm just going to turn around here so my voice will still be facing you, since I didn't put my headphones in. Once we lay into that right shoulder, we could use our left fist as a pillow, or that left arm can come up, maybe even tucking down behind us. And if something doesn't feel good on this side, so maybe it did on the other, but not on this side, it's okay, change it, right? Don't suffer through. Try to soften your eyes and relax your jaw. And then just allow the rest of your body to follow. You might even let up on the stretch a tiny bit. That's okay. Find that softness. And then we'll bring that left hand forward, using it to gently lift our way up. Here you can just kind of sink down onto that left hip if you like. Reaching that right leg around in front of you, maybe shaking the legs out for a moment, moving them around. Roll those ankles, right? They were in kind of compromising positions there. And then make sure there's room behind you. So you scoot yourself forward and just roll your body down to the ground, giving yourself a nice big hug. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, maybe rocking slowly side to side. You're coming into that final official minute together. But as always, I will invite you to stay in your Shavasana a bit longer. Yeah. Trying to aim for at least 3 minutes, right? 10% of kind of the time we were here together. So 30-minute class, 3 minutes to let your body just absorb. So when you're ready, just lengthening those legs out long. Surrendering to this moment. Just allowing your attention and your focus to just see your body lying restfully. And you can see it lying here on your mat. Or maybe you choose to get a little more creative and you see it lying on a beach or on a mountain peak. Just give yourself this little mini vacation. I will close out the meeting, so I invite you to stay here as long as you like. The love and light in me honors the love and light in you. Namaste. Yeah, so just catching a quick message here as I'm logging out. Yeah.